marriage remains a major problem in Zambia. Children are usually married off due to various factors such as poverty, negative cultural beliefs, and ignorance on the effects of such vices. With this realization, Environment Africa Zambia, a regional non-governmental organization, implemented a 3-year project from 2018 to 2021 to reduce the cases of child marriage in 3 districts of Central Province, namely Kabwe, Chibombo, and Chisamba.
Mburi mbo wakangisha wa Environmental Africa wakampa nkuswari mkwamba mburi ndisoso wana vanakashinga twachikonsha kuchitanchito ili yonse na atwaiya mburi ndimepano ndanda kwa Air Force Doctor kambo wakampa nkuswa Environmental Africa wamba ina ndaiya nganda chikonsha kushika pa mponsoni.
This was made possible with the support from Kindernotthilfe Luxembourg, KNHL. The project supported 6,000 children in the 3 districts. These received various capacity building trainings and income generation support.
The project has been looking at 5 major interventions, which has been awareness raising, capacity building, and it has also looked at income generation. The project has looked at gender equality and as well as education. So we have worked with over 6,000 children, and we have formed clubs in 25 schools where we work, where we raise awareness on issues relating to girl education. So basically our project has been aimed at promoting girl education and also reducing the cycle of poverty in our country.
A total of 150 very vulnerable girl children were identified in the 3 project districts. In a quest to empower them, EA gave them goats, chickens, and vegetable seedlings for income-generating purposes in order to lessen school finance burdens.
Bagandipa inkubu biro ali bagandipa mpongo yomwe ponya mpongo yomwe agaho halatwa na tobiro azene mpongo yaga halatu na tobiro agahori ya chipepa bambuga haba isambara bahabandurira ma uniform amabugu amabuso abagi amani habaga hotu yagira toilet nje tusenze haswa makaini.
It has helped me. We contributed something, goats and chickens, vegetables and so forth. They helped me to pay my school fees, to buy something which I don't have.
Some female pupils face challenges in accessing sanitary pads and lack access to conducive sanitary facilities. These factors force girls to abscond from school during their menstrual periods. As such, EA distributed 1,875 reusable menstrual hygiene pads and built capacity of 650 girls and trained over 2,000 pupils and 60 guardians on how to make reusable pads using locally acquired materials.
They taught us, as girls, how to make pads with the clothes. So we get cotton and some cloth. Then you have to sew. You make a pad. Then in other words, they are teaching us how we will be safe, abstaining and the badness of having relationships with boys. So is mapads kai amadura mapads so anatitandiza maningi so niwo ngaziko mukuru na environment anatiponzeza vambili maningi.
To support the parents so that they stop marrying off their children, Environment Africa has been providing seedlings for gardening activities for income-generating purposes.
We are another program where when we see children who are serious with school, but the families are poor, we used to give them vegetable seeds so that they can come up gardens. When they harvest, the one they'll eat, the other they'll sell. So they are able to buy uniforms for their school-going children. This has helped our community, and this project has changed the picture of Chibombo. Because when you go to school today, you find that even the absenteeism rate has gone down because people have seen the importance of school.
The MWAKA MWAKA family of Chisamba are beneficiaries. Using their land along the Momboshi stream, they grow vegetables, which earn them an income to support their girl children in school.
Mo environment Africa ndajana bubotu kambo baratupa yaguhangahanga buli repu bagatupa twagashanga iyi ni Chinese bagatupa twagahanga pona uguya guli spinach guli derere guli jibwabwa batijibwabwa tajininga gumena onse twagahanga then muhihango ehi kuli bubotu mbundaga jana kambo utinanda sambala ndirajiwa yagugwa hili abana bangu gonka gujigolo agujana mo ijagulia anganda.
By Environment Africa, first stream 2019 bagandipa mpongo. Yale mpongo yakajigwa haundi jekinga akombili haujigolo. School fees ndaga badira kuinda mpongo. Mabuksi ndaola kuinda mpongo. Uniform, bagi, mabusu, himbi andika haujigolo. Ndira hijita kuinda mpongo. Then last year bagandipa gonkugu. Bandipe nkugu babola bandipa wa nesi. Then munesi ni daga sambala bandi sambalira imini bahali. Daga jana mali ya kubadira ujigolo. Mali ya kula heonse yandika ujigolo like mbuli mabugu, uniform futi, school fees, ibagi, mabusu, juzi, himbi. Ndamani hajigolo jandago diga inkego kosi ya ZNS, which is Zambia National Service. So ambewa ndararumbo ya tindiga bego mbuli wa babo. Ngati gwashili habantu mbuli like mbuli kuno kumunzi hinji hije tika kubaba kulaba balwana kulaba into iselesele. So ambewa nda tinda bako involved mbuli wa Zambia National Service utegwa twabelekela ntomwe.
Throughout the duration of the project, staff from Environment Africa have been going around schools engaging the girls on the need to stay in school.
So in life skills we find effective communication, right? Yes. But effective communication. What was explained? What is effective communication in life skills? Yes, Mama.
You need to use like straight language, like the boy tells you that he loves you, then you're saying, let me think about it. You just need to say,
for example, the way you want your future to be, maybe you want to graduate, and then you do wedding, and then you have to do childbearing.
So in the club, we usually have different sessions on early marriages, case management. So today, we just look at early marriages, eh? All of us, we know what early marriage is, or child marriage. What's child marriage?
It's because some parents don't know that it's against the laws to get a child below the age of 18 married off. And the child doesn't know anything, hasn't been taught and is not aware of about the rules of early childhood marriage and the effects.
What are we going to do? We know the causes of child marriage, so we need to find solutions, right? So how are we going to help our friends, even those who are already married but they are young? So what are we going to do? Because we can't treat our friends like that when they are married or while they are still young. So what are we going to do?
Yes. To encourage them to have high self-esteem so that they can stand up against early marriages and they can stand up for themselves.
Or give counsel to others about the impact or the outcome of early child marriage.
Among the stakeholders who have been key in this project is the Ministry of Chiefs and Traditional Affairs. The ministry has brought on traditional leaders to fight child marriages.
In this project with Environmental Africa, my office has been very critical because I deal with the chiefs, formulation of chiefdom bylaws, guiding the chiefs on the government policy, and working with other NGOs, especially Environmental Africa in this matter. In all these chiefdoms, we have made huge achievements. In Chisamba, we have even written a book on ending child marriages. which has also chiefdom bylaws. And I can be proud to let you know that the government now has decided to make that book a national guide on ending child marriages. For that, for us, it is a major achievement. In the villages, people and children are aware of their rights. No child would allow anyone to violate their rights.
EA did not work in isolation. A lot was achieved due to the support from government-line ministries such as the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Child Development, Zambia Police Service, Child Protection and VSU, Ministry of Health and the Ministry of General Education.
Well, the impact has been tremendous on the ground. Over the years that the project has been implemented, our children have learned a lot. For example, they've learned about their rights to education, the right to a good environment. Then the girls have also been sensitized, made aware of the value of education and the need to not to allow themselves to be engaged in early marriages, but to continue with their education. The girls now appreciate the value of education. They've seen value in themselves, and we as Ministry of Education would love to see this collaboration continue because there's still a lot more work to be done. So we still say kudos to Environment Africa and hope that we can continue working together for the benefit of our children.
In order to improve the menstrual hygiene facilities in schools, EA improved existing facilities in the 25 project schools and constructed new VIP toilets and showers in 6 schools in the 3 districts.
Environment Africa, we thank you very much for building us a toilet as girls. For us girls here at Liteta Primary School, we have benefited a lot from this toilet. One, we don't miss lessons during our month. When that month comes of us girls, we just use the toilet or take a shower in the bathroom. So Environment Africa, we thank you for everything that you have done for us, and we hope you continue doing the same to us.
Sometimes
At Chisamba Primary School, where pupils learn from 3 different churches due to lack of infrastructure, the organization has provided building materials.
The school has got about 270 pupils and they don't have any classroom structures. Currently they are using 3 churches, that's SDA, Pentecost and Baptist Church. So that's where they learn from. And then as Environment Africa, we helped the school with some building materials, and then currently the works are going on. The school also didn't have any toilet, so we built a toilet block for them, especially for the girls, and also some bathrooms for them.
These girls have also been exposed to new environments. Environment Africa, throughout the project, exposed girl children to new environments in an activity called an exchange visit program. Different girls, those that have never traveled from their places before, were identified and were taken to Lusaka, National Assembly, State House, the University of Zambia, Lusaka Museum, Kalimba Farms, MWANAKUFWA, Kenneth Kaunda International Airport, shopping malls where they were allowed to shop on their own, and in Kapiri, the children were taken to Mulungushi University. The purpose of this activity was for education and exposure, so that the children are influenced against only thinking being married is the only major activity one has to undergo.
Ndakatarika grade 1 panopenga ndakashika grade 7 bakaza environment batutera ku Lusaka nditokashika kudya twakona machunsa mbokataya kutufungusha mu place bakatutora ku airport twakabona mandeke esabatueta ku University of Zambia twabona shikolo mwe shikwira papalia esabatutora ku museum.
Generally, the project has changed lives, and these communities will never be the same.
We had identified 150 children from all our 3 project areas in Chibombo, Chisamba and Kabwe, 50 per district. These were very vulnerable children which we identified from the schools. So each of these children received a goat each for those in Chibombo and Chisamba, and 2 chickens for those in Chibombo and Zambia. The Kabwe people, because of livestock issues, where to keep and the like, they received more chickens than the ones in the rural areas. So we distributed 100 goats to 100 children, beneficiaries, and 450 chickens to all the 150 beneficiaries. So this was meant to empower them to make their school life easy for income generation. We also distributed garden seedlings and garden seeds to these children just to have a regular income, because livestock mostly it's at a long-term, it will give a long-term income. So for the garden seeds, at least when they grow, they would realize some income in the shortest period of time. So each child was, throughout the project, given some garden seed to be planting throughout in order for them to realize some income and sustain themselves at schools.
In the villages, people and children are aware of their rights. No child would allow anyone to violate their rights. People have been also instructed on the various pieces of registrations that are there. On national level, we have the Education Act, child protection rights that are there. The Royal Highnesses have been also instructed on them. They are aware, and from them they have made the bylaws that are binding in their chiefdoms. For instance, here at Chibombo side, Chief Ritet has made a deliberate rule to say if somebody take a learner into marriage, they are either arrested or given a community service where they will be cleaning, be a clinic, be a police station, or any government institution for not less than 12 years, or pay a penalty of 10,000 kwacha. Those are some of the achievements that we have.
From the start of the project to the end of the project, the children were able to express themselves more freely. We partnered with the Ministry of Education, we partnered with Zambia Police Service, the Victim Support Unit, we partnered with the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Child Development. We also worked with community development in our community awareness and radio programs. In terms of sustainability for this project, we made sure that we work with government line ministries, because we know that these will not move out. So in our interventions, we ensured that the action plans that communities made enabled them to work even without Environment Africa. So we trained them on how they can conduct advocacy and how they can speak about issues within their communities, how they can engage people, and also how they can engage duty bearers. So by doing so, the people that we worked with are able to continue even in our absence. However, our project is also going to continue and then into another phase that will look at not only child marriage as a problem, but it will also look at general harmful practices against children. The project is also going to continue in the 3 projects courtesy of our donors, which are Kenda North Youth and Luxembourg.